What's going on, guys? We are going to be doing a few things today, but first thing we're going to do is replace the fan clutch on the E36. As you can see, we already got the fan and the clutch off, and we're going to throw this one on. We're also going to work on some bumpers for a customer. We got the bumper there and its side skirts inside the garage. But first things first, we're going to do some BMW maintenance. So sorry guys, I'm stealing your content. To do this, it's pretty straightforward. You can see the pulley there where the fan clutch goes onto. You're gonna need either, I believe it's a 36 wrench or a 1 1/4 wrench. The 1 1/4 wrench actually fits perfectly on there, as you can see. So you need the wrench, and you can either do it one of 3 ways. There's a specialty tool that I have here that's broken, and this side doesn't work. But you can see the 4 bolts on the water pump. What this is supposed to do is the holes are supposed to hold the bolts so you can hold the water pump while you unscrew it. But this doesn't work. The side that used to work is this side, but this is some cheap Amazon tool, so it broke a long time ago. What I ended up doing which worked was I just got the first hole right there, and kind of, instead of sticking both holes in like that how it's supposed to be, I got in the first one and kind of just set it on top of that one with some resistance there, and stuck the wrench in there, popped it out. And yeah, that's about it, and we got it out. These are opposite thread, I guess you'd say, so right is actually loose and left is tight. So like I said, we got this out already. All we gotta do is undo these 3 Allen bolts and then install the new one and reverse the process, I guess you would say, and you are all done. So let's get to that. So we got the handy drill here with the 5mm Allen bolt key, and we're just gonna go ahead and let's see if I can do this one-handed. Oh, there goes the wrench. Nope, there that goes. But this is a lot harder to do with one hand, but it's okay. Oh shit, did I strip that? No, we're still good, we're still good. There you go. Like that, it's all done. You want to just go ahead and grab the clutch fan, set it on top or however of the new one here, and then just tighten it back down. I'm gonna at least get the thread started with your fingers, which is a lot harder to do with one hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these threads started, and we'll check back in with you guys. So we're back. I got the threads all started, so then we can just go over here with the impact drill thing, snug it all the way down. Go. One more here, and we're done. I'm gonna go over this with the wrench just so I can get a good hand tight feel, make sure it's good and not loose. Then we can go ahead and move on to putting it back in the car. If you don't already have some power tools, invest in some power tools. Get a little impact drill, an impact, a drill, you name it. If you can afford to get some power tools, get some, because they will save you a bunch of time and a bunch of effort. And Jock, yes, I'm talking to you. You know the struggle. You finally caved in, got some power tools. But yeah, power tools save your life. Like I said, to put it back in, you kind of just reverse the process. Just stick it in there, get that onto, I believe that's the water pump pulley, and spin it left, because lefty tighty, righty loosey, lefty tighty is how this works. So I can't really, it doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as the normal way, but I can't do this with my hand, so cut to the time lapse. We're done. That's an easy fan clutch replacement. Hopefully this solves our overheating issues, because it's gotten a lot worse. Just driving around town, it starts to overheat. It used to be just when it's really hot out, and it started when I was at Willow for top drift program. It was really hot out, it started to overheat, which was understandable. But then it would start to do it when I was going up on the highway, going up a hill. It would start to get hot, and as soon as I was coming back down, it would cool down again. And today it started to do it just on the street, waiting at a stoplight. So it's about time that I actually went ahead and replaced it. So fingers crossed this solves our issue. If not, it kind of sounds like, I don't know, I'm not too sure, but it kind of sounds like we have a little leak somewhere in the hose. You can kind of hear it like hissing a little bit, like, but I don't know. Hopefully this solves the problem. I don't see any leaks on the floor, so I don't think we have a leak yet, at least. But fingers crossed that this solves our overheating problem, but we can only tell with time. So that being said, moving on to the next thing, which is probably the skirts, but I'll probably just do a quick time lapse of that because it's just boring fiberglass stuff and a lot of sanding. So we'll see what else we do that's interesting. So we're doing some fiberglass work for a customer. He brought over his side skirts and his front bumper. I think I showed you guys that earlier. But pretty much what his complaint about the side skirts were, previous owner trimmed this inner lip off to make it fit better, and he says that when he got it, because it's trimmed off, he can't get it to fit on the car that well. So what I told him was, I'll mock it up on my car, see what needs to be trimmed out, which I marked right there, because all of that has to come out. That it comes into where the door is. But I'm not going to trim that out because he didn't want to pay for what needed to be done to get them to fit 100%. So I told him, best thing I can do is put a little tab here, build this surface back up. That way he can at least bolt it onto the center, maybe hold the skirt in. But yeah, we're just gonna knock this out real quick and move on to the JZ. All right, we are gonna get started on putting the oil pan back onto, or I shouldn't say back onto, but I should say putting the oil pan onto the motor, because this is a whole different oil pan. We got a front sump. If you guys didn't know, we picked this up a while ago from some dude on OfferUp. He actually dropped it off for $100, so couldn't say no to that. I need it anyways. We may have to replace the oil drain thing, turbo oil drain thing. I don't know what to call it, but we may have to replace that. But we have one that came with this oil pan, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. If you see here, we got some razor blades so we can clean off all the old sealant. We got some OEM Toyota. Oh, what am I doing? OEM Toyota self seal packing 103. This is what Toyota uses to seal oil pans. As you can see, it tells you right there, for oil pan / camshaft housing. Got that for free because you guys know I work at Toyota. Perks of working at Toyota. We also got a bunch of brake cleaner to clean up the pan and the mating surface. So let's just go ahead and get started on that and finally put a pan on this thing because it's been way too long. Also, if you guys didn't notice, we have the motor on the engine stand, but I don't know if the motor's just too long or what, but the stand holds the motor, but the motor starts to sag like so far. So we have the engine stand holding it up, or the cherry picker holding it up, I should say, and the stand there for backup just in case this decides to fall. We have that extra support. But unfortunately, because we have it like that, we can't turn the motor on and do it like that. We have to actually get on the floor and work upside down, which is not a big deal. It's just a little less convenient, but let's just go ahead and get to it. Alright, just another setback in the build. Obviously, you guys know nothing goes as planned, and that is proven yet once again. If you take a quick look here, let's see if it'll focus. There's, you can kind of see it, there you go. There's a crack, and it runs all the way down in here, and I think it stops there, but it also like spiders out there, and I think some in there, and you can see it right there as well. Hopefully it'll focus, there you go, and it comes down into here. And that's really upsetting because this is the main part that I wanted to get on the motor today. And now we have to find another front sump pan. Yes, it can probably be fixed, but I'm friends with a lot of welders, and all of them have said that this is kind of something you don't want to fix because it is cast aluminum and it's been sitting in oil for years. So everything's just all contaminated and not good welding metal. So I'm just gonna play it safe and try to find one that doesn't have a crack in it. To be honest with you, I wasn't really looking for that when I bought it, but now I have to look for something like that. Hopefully I can find another one that's not cracked. But we are going to save this. We're not going to throw this away. Just because worst comes to worst, if we can't find one, we will end up welding it. But that is last option, last resort. I don't know if I showed you guys, or if you saw it earlier in the video, but the M3 bumper is on. It's missing that little trim right there in the tow hook, but the bumper's on. And it looks a lot better now. Well, this video was a bust. We didn't really get much done today besides working on the BMW, replacing the clutch fan. Again, I'm on a hunt for a front sump oil pan for a JZ, the upper pan at least. But yeah, this video is a bust, but I'm still gonna make a video out of it because why not? I know some of you guys like to see me doing me. So E36 maintenance, solid. JZ, not so much as far as the oil pan wise. I don't know. See you guys later.